Welcome folks, thanks for watching. What a difference a few days makes. Just a few days ago I was paddling down the Bog River, mid-70s out. Today it's low 40s, feels like it's going to snow. That's the North Country for you. Well, anyway, today's video is going to be about my kayak and the gear that I put in it. Stay tuned. Welcome back. First, let's talk about kayak. I am not an expert kayaker by any stretch of the imagination. I've only been kayaking now for about 4 years, believe it or not. And this one here is the Eddy Line Sandpiper 12-foot kayak. It's got front and rear bulkheads, so it has dry storage in front and rear. The capacity of this rig is 350 pounds. So I'm 250. 260 of soaking wet. My gear that I put in, my camping gear, my food, my water, my life vest, all that stuff adds up to about 30 pounds more. So I needed something that would comfortably hold 300 pounds. You know, when you carry your supplies, you don't want to put a lot on deck, is what I learned. Again, I'm not an expert kayaker. I read a lot of blogs. I watch a lot of the videos on YouTube there about paddling. And you know, the more stuff you put on your deck, the higher your center of gravity is, and it's easier to capsize. So that's why I wanted something under, so I could put everything under deck. And I kind of wish, I do have a deck bag that I put on here, and I kind of wish that there was more bungee. It's an NRS deck bag that I put up that I keep a lot of my stuff in. My gloves are in the front compartment. I got my lip balm inside. I have binoculars, and I do have my life straw. Right there's my my life straw. You know, I do carry plenty of water with me, but just in case, you never know when you're going to wipe out. I do have an emergency kit in here. I do have an emergency kit that is in here. I keep a pair of binoculars in here. That's in case I see that elusive moose. And there's my sunscreen. And then the webbing, I keep my pump. I have a watch that does have a compass on it, but I also have a compass on the bag. I have a watch, and my knife is secured to my bag. And this little doohickey here, I found this in the L&L Bean store. It's a pretty neat little thing. You just run your finger across there and the light comes on. Goes out. There's the dim. And there's a strobe that supposedly you can see that for a long ways off, but it's been on my bag now for a while. But that's what I carry on my on-deck bag, and my on-deck bag is secured by these bungees that are on the front. Now on the rear, I have my life preserver. I do have one of these glow sticks. I keep a glow stick in there just in case. You know, you never know when you're going to wipe out. In the other pocket is my whistle. I keep it in the bungees in the back, and I know what a lot of people are going to say, oh, you should wear it all the time, and quite frankly, when I do wear this is mostly in unfamiliar waters, and which is, you know, quite a few areas I go to are unfamiliar waters to me. But if I'm on a nice little paddle down a river that I've done 15 times, I'm kind of comfortable with the river. I know that 90% of the river, if I happen to capsize, I can just stand up and the water may be chest deep. I carry it in the back. That's where I normally carry it. Now, places that I go deep into the Adirondacks, like Lake Lila, I will wear my life preserver. A little tupper in places to where the wind can kick up quite suddenly. I do wear my life preserver there. That's my kayak. It is an Eddy Line 12-foot Sandpiper with front and rear bulkheads, dry storage. And then I got this at the Lake George Kayaking Company. When I go out kayak camping overnight, this is what I carry in my kayak. Mostly use Mountain House food. This is the lasagna, but I was kind of surprised how well this stuff tasted when I first tried it. I didn't think it was going to be that good, but it turned out to be. I haven't had a bad one yet, and so a lot of the Mountain Houses I use. I have chicken dumplings, lasagna, beef stew. And this year, this is something I just got a month ago. I was going to try out on my last trip, but my last trip got rained out. It's apple crisp. I was going to try some apple crisp. But in the morning, nothing like having scrambled eggs with some bacon. And really, folks, I could not believe how good this stuff is. It really is. Pretty good. For snacks, I have my dried fruit. And this stuff here is not too bad at all. And I carry some protein bars with me. Chocolate peanut butter, you want that protein, you want that sugar to help you get through. And I carry some protein bars with me. And last but not least, you want to carry your water. Now when I go for an overnight, I carry anywhere, probably 10 to 12 of these things. If it's going to be multiple nights, I can carry up to a case of water. But I also have a filtration system that if I need to use water that way, I can filtrate the water. But mostly I carry bottles of water like this. I also like, each one of these meals takes water. I also like my coffee in the morning, so I use water there. Now when I cook my meals, I have a little stove. Now some people like to use the wood stove. They have the little stove, square stove that they can put their pot on. And I've been thinking about trying one of those out. But right now I take my gas with me, and it's worked every time for me. There could be a day that it doesn't work, but so far it has. And this little stove comes off that bottle and fits into this container quite well. And for silverware, I have my Swiss Army knife, so to speak. It has the knife, the fork, and the spoon. Carries quite well right in the backpack. And to cook all these meals up, I have my pot and pan right here to cook up. I usually boil the water in the pot, dump it in a bag, stir it up, wait 10 minutes, and you got yourself a decent little meal. And these pots and pans have their own little carrying case. When I have coffee in the morning, I have my own little teapot for coffee in the morning. I'm a coffee guy, so I have to have my own little teapot for that. What goes in must come out. So you want to carry some toilet paper with you. Make sure that it's toilet paper that will disintegrate. They recommend when you dry camp in the Adirondacks, so a lot of places throughout the country, that you dig a hole, do your business, cover it back up, take the toilet paper back to and burn it. Or take it out with you. Burn it's the option. Comes right down after you get your belly full and you want to sit down for the night. I carry, instead of carrying a lawn chair with me, I carry a net hammock that I turn into a chair. It's got tree straps. I bought this right off of Amazon. It's a Hammock Bless. And it's just a net hammock that I use as a chair. Put that in between two trees. Works like a charm. It beats carrying a lawn chair around. When it starts to get dark out, I have my headlamp. And a lot of this stuff I got off of Amazon over the last couple of years. Gift cards that I've gotten, I used to buy this stuff. And right here's my headset. It's not too bad of a headset. It's rechargeable. That's the nice thing about it. And make sure it's charged up before I leave to go out on camping. But one of the lights that I bought this. It was kind of an impulse buy. I didn't know how good it was going to be. It's a frog light. It's got a solar panel on the top of it, and it expands out, and that's low, and that's the high setting. Now, I used this one night, and I didn't know how long it was going to last, and this damn thing lasted about 4.5, 5 hours before it started to dim down. I was kind of surprised with it. Now, it is new. I just bought it last April, and it's charged up just fine, and when you don't want a light like that, you can turn it into a flashlight. So it's kind of a neat little outfit here. That's small, fits right into my dry bags, works like a charm. Now when you do go camping in the Adirondacks or anywhere else, you always want to take your rain gear with you. So this is my poncho that I've used because the last couple of times I went to go out, it's rained. But I do have footage of my hammock tent, which now my hammock tent is an Oak Ridge hammock tent. It's all right in that bag right there. It's a 300-pound capacity, and it's got the screen, keep the mosquitoes out. It zips yourself right in. It's got a pocket inside that you can put your phone into, or a flashlight. I don't carry my phone too much anymore because there's just no signal anymore, or never has been a signal in the Adirondacks. And so, right there's the hammock. The carabiners are in with it, but I do carry spare carabiners with me just in case. It has the rain fly that goes with it. For those buggy nights, I do carry a Thermacell backpacker with me. I did do a video on this, so if you want to learn more about the Thermacell backpacker, it's a bug repeller, and it seems to work all right. It goes right onto your gas, fits right onto your gas, you light it, and I put it right underneath my hammock. And it seemed to work all right. Now these things here are called Quick Fire. This I bought at the RV show in Syracuse, New York last March, and it's just a white bag. Don't get pulled over with it. You just set the corner on fire, and this will burn for about 10 minutes. Burns long enough for you to start getting the flame bigger and getting the twigs on it and everything. And it seemed to work all right. You know, when you get those cold, rainy nights, or just a cold night in general. The one night I was in Moose River Plains. That night it was 40 degrees out. It was nice during the day, low 80s, 81, 82, and that night it was 40 degrees. And I have a sleeping bag. It's a tough outdoor sleeping bag. It's good for about 30 degrees. And but when you're in the hammock, the area that gets cold the most is your backside. And so to help with that, I have my long johns that I do wear when it's chilly out. I wear my long johns. And one of the other things, I grew up in Adirondack, so I did a lot of winter stuff growing up. You know, froze my ass off, ice fishing, snowmobiling, four-wheeling in the wintertime, cross-country skiing. And now I turn 50 next year, and when my feet get cold, I'm done. And so, a grandmother that knitted up a pair of socks for me, and these are the best goddamn things inside your hammock to have when it's cold. And so that is awesome. Now, one of the things that I just bought over the summer, and I was looking at them on Amazon, and they're called cam jams. And I bought a big set and a small set, and here's the big set. I haven't used them yet, but I figured that they might come in handy if I need them for the rain fly to help secure the rain fly or anything else. And the small set that I have is actually out in my truck because when I bought my new kayak in Lake George last year, I had my old one with me too. So I put the new one in the camper, put the old one in the back of the truck, and I secured it in the back of the truck with the small set of cam jams, and I held it there for 2.5 hours on the way home. And probably the most important thing to have when you go out is a dry set of underwear. There's nothing like having swamp ass when you're camping. Sweat or rain, or whether you jumped in the lake real quick, swamp ass is the worst thing you can have when you camp. You know, use cam jams for a clothesline, I guess. But dry pair of underwear keeps things dry down there, keeps things from chafing down there, and it works well. Keeps you a happy camper. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel to follow the adventure. Thanks for joining me.